heading on to the northeast of the bowl. The landscape is very different than that of south. When you guys were coming up south, you guys were in a forested area. There was lots of trees. It was kind of like a built upon path, that kind of deal. This way, at first there are trees, but it's very quickly as you progress, you start passing by farms. Guys start passing by those local village farms that feed the town. They're growing grains and pumpkins, things along the lines. Meredith's waving at a few people he knows, and occasionally having a quick conversation with them before catching up with you all. And you guys progress. It's a decently long trek. This trek's much farther than what was your original trek down south, but still a day's trek. Meredith actually did end up supplying you all with horses, though specifically, Astrid, you were not able to ride a horse, so he had to get a special order in. He looks up to you and goes, I figured you weren't going to be able to ride a horse, so I got you this little guy. His name is Burton, and out comes this large beast that looks like almost like an ox, but instead of a regular like ox you see in the real world, its arms are made of these big tree stumps. Each one look like these big tree stumps that come up into spiraling like different like designs and whatnot, almost like the fur itself kind of like goes up, and its body is big and fluffy. It's called an oxen, like an oak tree. And essentially it's big enough to carry your weight as it kind of like lumbers along along with you. It's very large, like the size of an actual ox, but it has the weight capacity to handle the lion. You
Burton. I want to go pet Burton.
His fur is coarse and his wood is completely like actual wood. It's a tree stump of legs.
Can I just like animal handling?
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Roll an animal handling.
I've never been able to do that before.
Roll an animal handling.
Let's go. That's a 21.
21?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Burton, like, kind of like, you have like a natural affinity as you raise up. Burton's like kind of wide face kind of presses up against your Goliath hand. There's some kind of like just innate connection you have with being two large, sometimes misunderstood people and beasts. There's a level of like, this is oxen. They're very rare. There's this level of like just natural connection you have with it, and it kind of like nuzzles its head into your big Goliath.
Aw. Hey, bud. I know what it feels like to be bigger than most. It'll be okay, Burton.
It gives this like almost like a roar, but not a roar, like a small like grunt that sounds like wood, kind of like overlapping on wood. It sounds like kind of like a tree that would bend in the wind.
Hell yeah. Well, Burton, if I make it out of this, you're being purchased.
By the way, I'm on Carrot Jr.
Yeah, you're on Carrot Jr. You're riding Burton, the oxen, and those who are otherwise riding regular horses along the line and traveling along. The entire time, Meredith is just talking about the history of the land, talking about, oh, I know this barber. That was back when I knew their friends. Just kind of giving you a nonsensical information about what's going on. Eventually, you guys pass all the farms, and you start going through these plains, really high fields. Like the grasses run up, like even above the horses. They're massive, like brown grasses, and the sun is now midday as it shines down upon you. And it's almost like this beautiful orange and brown silver field kind of sways in the wind. And as you guys are traveling, it's this beautiful, calm thing.
Wow. I pulled out my notepad, my notebook. I started jotting down some scenery stuff.
As far as the horizon goes, as far as the plains run, it is just grain and tall grass as far as you can see, even on your horses. There's no mountains, there's no bulwark. It's just you, it's a path that's well worked, as many, looks like obviously wagons, things go along. But there's a calmness to this place outside of the city as the wind blows and just kind of rushes along.
Nolan would like to speak with Meredith and say, so, you approved the teleportation circle? Is that what I heard?
Well, I was supposed to be members of Low. I know that I spoke with just recently a Mr. Murgo. He came along and we were going to he was supposed to be going to Galahad, and after all this was done, he was supposed to be creating a teleportation circle. I don't know if Murgo told the Salam Knights to create the circle, but it's something that I'm going to take seriously, and we're going to look into as we want to be very careful, as the College of Low has suggested. We want to be very careful with those teleportation circles, though we don't really understand. We're going to take this very seriously, what you've raised to my attention. But I don't think it was, well, the agreement was this was not supposed to start until after the gray rot was handled. But if you're saying they're building them now, either your organization was not supposed to start production on a circle until after the gray rot was handled. There was talk, and the agreement was, if you guys help us understand the rot, help us create ways to get rid of the rot, we were going to open our ports to a teleportation circle for Low specifically to travel merchandise back and forth. However, the Salam Knights were not mentioned during that conversation, and this is much before. So I'm appreciative that you told me, because otherwise I'd be concerned that that the production was already made before before your end of the deal was complete.
Understood. I should inform you that I have already sent a letter up to Low about the situation the Salam Knights are up to. However, if this is something that has been discussed between the Bulwark and Low already, and you have, as you have mentioned, the Salam Knights were not at all part of this and have taken action before this was approved, I believe that this situation won't be blown too far out of proportion, so long as you are acknowledging that the Salam Knights were in fact operating outside of the jurisdiction. They were not approved by you to cooperate to do this just of yet. And I would like to incite his words to see if he's telling me the whole truth about that.
So he stops his horse,
Mm-hmm.
looks over to you, and he goes, Salam Knights were not allowed into the city under my jurisdiction, but my father's.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're up to. And admittedly,
Indeed.
Nolan, I did just meet you. And he looks over to Astrid, and I see your company, and I respect that. But I've also had to deal with these Salam Knights for some time now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very familiar with them, and I don't really see Aragul breaking Low laws. But then again, my ear is yours at the moment, but I'm going to get both sides of the matter.
And I fully respect and understand that, and know that my opinion is not the same as Low's. However, I do feel a responsibility to enforce Low's jurisdictions and laws as a citizen and a student and professor, eventual professor at their city.
As far as the bulwark is concerned, this gray rot has been choking us, cutting off trade from the south, damaging relations with the dwarves in the north, making it much more difficult to sail to Low and other cities to the east. That's our concern. If you help me, if you scratch my back regarding this, I'll scratch yours.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, we need to figure out, and if it's connected, then all the better. But I need to figure out, for my people, how to stop this from happening, because we don't understand what's happening.
I understand.
Meredith,
Yes. Gregory?
does the bulwark have any enemies?
As he's traveling along, he thinks pretty harshly on that. The bulwarks rubbed the wrong ends with many people. My grandfather refused aid to the dwarves in a time in which they were having issues with the Duragar. My grandfather also refused aid to the crossroads when it was attempting to take over or attempting to take land from the bugbears. And he looks backwards, though you can't see the city. He looks at he looks at the bulwark and he goes, the bulwark has always taken a stance of it's just them in this world. Trying something different by talking to the college. But, yes, there are enemies. Solamnia, in a time of its most dire need, reached out to the bulwark as well. We did not answer their call. That was from my great-great-great-father. There's a strong belief that in isolation, there is protection. But the bulwark has not started any wars. No, Gregory, the bulwark has not started any fights.
No one will be beside Astrid and like try and ask him about the ring again and like try and get a better look at it this time around.
Yeah. And you guys hit the road?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, without Meredith and everyone else.
I'll try to speak to Meredith one-on-one, if you don't mind.
All right, we'll do the ring and then we'll move to you guys as you guys are traveling. Do you take your ring off or
then.
do you just like show it to him?
Show it to him.
Wow. Do you know where your friend had acquired such a ring?
No, I did not. He died. I could not talk to him about it. He left for 1 year. Something happened. His father died. I am headed to Low right now to go meet his brother to see if any information can be given with this. And if not him, then go to whoever in the higher-ups of Low will speak to me and try to decode this. I think it's draconic. I think I've gathered that information
Right.
beforehand, and the only word that has come about it is dragon, and it reacted. Never mind. Ignore that. That might have been just me thinking out loud. But all I know is that I originally had 2 extra astral arms, and then it gave me that other set, which was weird. And when I want to use the ring, like my key just turns red. Like I just feel stronger when I use it. It just enhances abilities, is what I'm theorizing. But I know more words can be unlocked. I feel like there's like sets of, I guess, locks that can be unlocked for this ring. I don't know. I'm not magically inclined, but it's just frustrating because the wearer, the owner of this ring, is dead, and I can't talk to him anymore.
It is quite the conundrum, and no one's gonna try and take a look at the text.
Roll an Arcana check
On
as you
the-
glance
on
at
the
it. Now keep in mind, you guys are riding and he's just showing you the ring, so you can only take a really short glances as you guys are riding on horses. It's not really like you can look down, and it's not like you're getting your magnifying glass and really getting a good look at this, but
Oh, you rolled a
It's still
27.
the same. It's still a 27.
27?
Something's wrong with this program. It keeps giving us the same thing.
Riding
That's
along-
the 4th time someone's gotten the same thing.
riding along as you're looking at it, you can tell that there are several layers, as he's kind of referred to. There are several layers of arcane enchantment and that's very hard to do on any kind of any kind of being. If you enchanted a shield, to enchant below that would require an immense amount of time, an immense amount of effort, and immense amount of skill to not mess up. Because what you essentially do is you create a base enchantment, and then you get the next like interjected coding, and you need to put that in after you made the base enchantment without messing up the original enchantment. And then to do that a third time, it's like you're building upon itself, but like you're putting several programs on top of itself, on top of itself, on top of itself. Now, because of this, it makes it incredibly hard to decode and read. As you're looking over it, you can't even tell necessarily with this amount of time that you're looking at it, you can't even tell what the dialect is, if it's Dwarvish or if it's Elven or if it's really hard to determine, because you're basically looking at glances of a ring that starts to like spectate with different types of arcane runes that will flicker and change. And you're basically looking at like a moving small like mirror or not mirror, sorry, like almost like holograms that kind of flicker and turn. I'm assuming that you're doing all this with a like a identify magic whatnot, or something that allows you to see incantations in the first place.
Yeah.
And so all this to be said, to really get into this, it's going to take time, and it's going to take looking at it like kind of like a jeweler kind of deal.
This is incredibly strange and complex. Not even operating under a single individual language rule.
You mean there are multiple, like, languaged incantations on this thing?
There's draconic runes, as you said, but it's not following the same language logic, at least. But, and then, like, as you said, combinations and layers to it. You need to experiment with it and operate on it, and you need to dissect it even further to know where to even begin.
So
What
you
did
think
the-
low is the best bet?
What did this allow your friends to do? Did he ever use this around you?
With no disrespect to his memory, it allowed him to keep up with me. Because he was, what was Marco? He was a half elf?
He was a
I think he was human.
human.
Oh, he was human?
He was a
Just
human.
yeah.
blood.
He was a human who astonishingly made it to the Frostbolster, then trained with the Goliaths, then made it back and did it all over again. He was a very formidable human.
And
Yeah. I'll
Also
relay
be-
that. I'll say that to
And also
him.
this grants someone substantial power. If this is,
He was incredibly strong.
keep that close.
It will never leave my side. I'll die with it.
And while we're sharing rings,
Does that mean something stronger had to been
I
to kill him?
I will show. I'll raise up my hand, showing nothing on his ring finger at first, and then he passes a hand over it, revealing a ring, saying, "Should I fall in the gray rot? Should I fall at all, and my body is not recoverable, ensure that you get this ring."
I will.
And he will pass his hand over his ring finger where it was, and it will return to being invisible again.
I'll make a mental note of that.
And as you guys are traveling, Arya, you had something you wanted to do?
yeah, me and I would like to talk to Meredith a little bit away from.
Sure, you guys lag
Everybody.
behind. Meredith, more than happy to address with you.
How would you describe Bulwark's influence? People know it as a defended city, right?
Yes. But that's because my grandfather, or many greats.
Could you tell me about your grandfather?
I never met him, and he was many greats. I misspoke when I said grandfather.
Oh,
But my
yes,
grandfather
yes.
told me about him, who his grandfather told him about him, whose grandfather told him about. Anyways, supposedly he was a man who could become nothing but silver light, and reappear anywhere that was needed to be defended, all within the bulwark.
Mhm.
He would block every strike in a war, just zipping from place to place. He was a shield. One day, just filthy wizards, right? Awful wizards
Filthy
came with
wizards.
their god, stomping and stampeding and trying to tear down the great walls of the bulwark. And he stood upon that mountain, if you see just past our chapel, and he prayed upon Helm. And Helm, in all of his glory and aspect, appeared, either foot standing in the city of the bulwark, this massive legs and torso and and body with a huge hammer to boot, came in one fell swoop, completely killed that stupid wizard god. And you've seen it, like the statue's still there today.
Oh, your grandfather did that.
My
Your great.
My grandfather brought
Several times.
Helm along.
Wow. That's awesome. And your family still worships Helm, right?
Oh yeah, we're all, yeah. Every son since then has all been in service to the bulwark.
And you're on the council that rules Bulwark, right?
Yeah, though they are a bit boring.
The hardest fight I ever fought was against a boring man. You know, I think you and I are pretty similar.
And with that, several hours pass, and eventually we make it to what is most obviously the border of the Grey Rot. Though, as you're stepping up to it, you immediately can see a very big difference between this border and the border that you saw in the south. Where the border in the south was a transparent, almost curtain that floated a little bit gently in the wind, this is more like a wall that is still transparent, but there's evident like spiraling like pieces of energy that kind of appear and crackle, and you can, in that small hum that you heard at the previous border, is different to this one that crackles and snaps and pops like electricity that's like kind of open, if that makes sense. Like you can hear like electricity like spurting out of a wall. And as you can see, that occasional runes appear in this actual transparent wall, evidently and obviously magical runes.
Dear, oh dear. Does no one have like any sort of like idea to like, is like the results of the spirals? Can you deduce that this is from like other magical?
Roll an Arcana
power?
check and I'll tell you the DCs. On a 25, you'll learn something 25 and higher, you'll learn something incredibly useful or incredibly pertinent. On a 10 or higher, you'll know half of the spells, and on a 5 or higher, you'll know a few of the spells. And a 15, you'll know all the spells. Excuse me. That's
Arcana. That's a 24.
24. As you look into this spiraling mad, it's like a slow spiral that kind of goes upwards and then disappears into the clear void up ahead, up into the blue sky with just a few clouds passing through. Beautiful day, and there's nothing particularly odd regarding this wall besides like past it. It looks normal except for the wall itself. You can tell that in the actual wall there is the components of several spells. There's the components for the spell Alarm, components for the spell Message, components for a scrying spell with an interesting interjection that it can be seen through the you rolled above a 20, so you can see that excuse me, that was a 25 for that part. But there's something unique about that scrying spell that's not formatted normally. You can see, and as well as that, you can see the components for a control weather spell, an 8th level spell, and a very significant issue to, or like a very significant spell to have ever been casted in the first place. That too, with interjections that would require a lot of skill to create. On top of this, as you're looking at this, the spells you can determine were evidently using the low logic methods.
Oh, logic methods.
Meaning either the wizard that originated these spells learned their wizardcraft in low, or like you might be skilled enough to disguise where they learn what their base root spells are coming from.
And these components tell me which spells are allowed through the Grey Rot.
On that matter, you're not sure. And excuse me, as you're looking at this, Meredith steps next to you with a pretty serious look on his face. Alan looked at this earlier with me, and he cast the spell message to try to reach those who were lost in this rot. And he said that the runes for message appeared after he casted it into the wall. He was startled and told me he could not help me and returned back to the college.
Let me try an experiment with something. Can Nolan see like a rock around nearby that he could potentially like have tossed in there?
Yeah. You grab a rock, just like the previous bear, boop, it goes right through, no issues.
Right. And then this time, he's going to try and cast Create Bonfire, but he can cast it out 60 feet, so he's going to try and cast it beyond the veil. Create Bonfire.
You cast a Create Bonfire into the spell. The wall is evidently hit with a pulse of magic. And it reacts as a big wave hits it. And you hear this big sound like a metal wire snapping that goes ding, wow, 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 as it kind of like echoes through the wall and down the wall and up the wall. And not long after, as you're looking at these arcane runes that gently float upwards, there is now, you said a bonfire spell?
Yeah, Create Bonfire, a cantrip.
There's now the Create Bonfire cantrip, though there's something a bit odd about that one as well.
Interesting.
As you're looking over this, and you can think on if there's more, you're going to get more actions with this wall. Gregory and RNA. Gregory, I want you to roll a perception check. RNA, you as well, but RNA, you get hit with a sudden flash of you have a connection to events of particularly traumatic history. You have a flash over yourself, and that's what starts you to look around.
What do you need me to roll again?
Perception. You're both rolling perception.
I got 18.
Does this perception check have anything to do with ears or smell?
No.
But my passive perception is 19. So I don't know.
I got a 12.
Well, Gregory, Arna, you get a bad feeling in your gut. Gregory, you're quick to you start walking along the sides of the line, walking along the sides of the wall, while Nolan is experimenting with it, looking into it, getting an idea of it. There's not much to do. As you kind of go up a hill that follows the wall, you obviously don't go into the wall. You get to the top of that hill, and down the way some, you can see it's kind of this area has tall grass. It has multiple hills. You can see a small fire that is rolling its way up to the sky. With you can see the smoke, and it's just on the outside of the wall.
So I would like to point it out to the group and explain what I see.
From that, could I determine that like my cantrip was forced out of the zone and now like marked as a banned one?
No, and so, in fact, roll an intelligence check with advantage.
Okay, intelligence check with advantage. First roll, that is F17. Second one, 8. So 17.
17. What you see is that the wall did not reject your spell, but actually, with incredible ease, abnormal ease, by the way, incredibly abnormal, the incantation on this wall has now accepted your spell, enhanced it, and now written itself into the code of the overall spell.
Nolan notes this
no.
down as a very strange anomaly that he is not used to, like the gray rot seemingly accepting and marking it as an accepted spell.
In fact, with your roll, you recognize that this create bonfire spell has the same amount of potency as a wizard who would equaling level 11 of casting the
Wow.
cantrip.
So not only so this isn't just blocking out. This is noting them down and enhancing them.
Enhancing them in the dome, right?
Within the dome, right?
That you look past the wall and it's completely normal, completely fine. It is just a grassy plain going forwards.
No, I mean like the bonfire
Inside
that I
the-
attempted to plant in there. Yeah.
The wall, it has enhanced it, and
Mhm.
anything beyond the wall is unchanged, like a veil.
Okay. But when I see my bonfire on like the other side of the wall, it looks like
Oh, the bonfire itself. Excuse me, I forgot. That's that's the point. The bonfire itself
right.
never appeared.
but
Maybe-
Gregory saw
It-
something akin to it.
Excuse me, I see the confusion here. You tried to you sent a bonfire spell into the wall. The wall absorbed the spell and wrote it into its own coding. Gregory got sidetracked, walked up a hill and saw that some ways down this wall, kind of like running parallel to it, over a small hill, there's smoke coming up. So supposedly someone's out there, not in the
okay,
wall.
so- He didn't see the aftermath of my direct casting.
No.
He sees something else.
Something else
Okay,
entirely. I could understand that was a mistake. Create bonfire easily equals that. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, perhaps it is now accepting this spell as an accepted spell to be cast within, but is also enhancing it.
Well, Nolan, what spells are on the wall?
There's message, as we had learned. There's scrying, though it seems to have a particular condition onto it. I can't quite tell what that condition is yet.
Mhm.
There was control weather, which is shocking already.
Hey, DM,
Yes.
do I need a roll to remember what Meredith told us
No.
yesterday? Okay.
Yeah, there's a storm in there.
So there's a storm in there, and the coding is there, and then you just put a fire
I put
spell?
a new one. I appear to have planted another one into it by trying to
So-
cast
Do
a
you-
cantrip through it.
I'm not a wizard. I'm not a spellcaster. Do you think those two could have mixed? A fire tornado, perhaps? Because
But then I'd wonder about the scrying. as
well, they said scrying can go back and forth, right?
They said message is the one that they tested when they first came here. Scrying
I see.
appears to have already been here along with control weather.
Someone's watching, huh?
Someone's watching.
Wants
It
to
has
see
a
what
particular
happens.
condition, and they have a very powerful storm in there.
Well,
And this appears to for sure meet your suspicions, Meredith. This appears to indeed be designed. I had my own suspicions of these being intentional, not being simply random anomalies. These are malicious and placed.
Hmm.
Someone
What if you cast a
or
healing
something-
spell?
I don't know any healing spells, and even then I'm not entirely certain if this is in fact allowing my spell to therefore be cast within the Grey Rot once I step through.
Mhm.
But I believe it to be the case.
Do you think? Meredith chimes up. You mentioned, and I need to close that loose end,
Mm-hmm.
but you mentioned that the College of Solamnia was up to no good.
Indeed.
I have a tough time with that, as I know Alan well. But do you think that they'd be capable of this?
Do they have powerful wizards? They would need to be a powerful wizard in order to even have a spell such as control weather to begin with.
Admittedly, the college is more of a charity event. I never saw them as particularly important after everything happened in Solamnia and after Lo came along. They're not all that prominent. In fact, most magic in the city is not very prominent. Really,
Nolan has a bit of a revelation. He takes off his one lens glasses now, rubs it over his coat, that's not singed, and he puts two and two that powerful wizard Solamnia. He recognized one of the wizards had a earring on his ear that was low made, that's designed to dampen the wearer's magical capabilities, and this seems to possess low syntax, at least like methodology on like the magic runes that are inscribed in the wall. He is starting to come to Meredith's way of thinking that, yeah, indeed, he is suspicious that someone in the College of Solamnia may be a part of this, or at least responsible somehow.
and that will be one of the first things I address when we get back.
So, Gregory pulls out of his backpack, casting good berry, and he takes a berry out. He throws it through the wall to see what it does.
The berry flies through the wall. There's a quick flash of arcane as it hits the wall, and the berry falls to the other side unenchanted. However, the wall does not absorb the enchantment.
So there are still some levels of magic, or at least schools of magic, that are not allowed, but there are some that do appear to be allowed.
Gregory and Nolan, roll me an intelligence check. It can be Arcana.
That's a 20.
Nolan, you quickly discern that the difference between an enchanted item and a spell may be the matter here. So meaning that if you walk through with +1 weapons, it's not likely that they'll be stripped of their enchantment. Or if they will, they'll be stripped of the enchantment just like the Grey Rot did. However, it won't be absorbed into the wall.
Okay.
Gregory,
So
you also
the-
come to this conclusion. Or similar, but not quite as succinct.
Right.
Yeah,
He'll raise this information to him. So, he could potentially cast Goodberry against the wall or something and have it and have it be absorbed. But like tossing an already summoned Goodberry is just going to disenchant the berry.
Right.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Now, Gregory, you said there was something. There's smoke or something on the side of the dome.
Yeah, it seems like. Was it quite far away? Or
No, it wasn't too far. It's just over a nearby hill. You just happen to notice it.
is the hill inside the?
No, it's not inside. It's running parallel to the wall on the outside.
Oh,
Yeah, if we want to check
Go
that out
follow it,
before
yeah.
we jump in another one of these crazy things that may or may not have a fire tornado, I think that would be good.
Indeed.
Does DM, how far does the wall go up, and does it like taper in the top, like kind of like a dome?
It's already a mostly invisible wall, and the higher it goes up, the more invisible it seems, and you cannot tell.
Ah, cool. I don't know. Can I shoot an arrow as like kind of
A
Doing the
non-magical
map.
arrow would perhaps just travel straight through, unimpeded, nothing wrong with it. If you would perhaps cast a spell, maybe upon the arrow. If the enter is just enchanted, then we'll get the same result as we got with the Goodberry, unless you, I believe, cast the spell directly into the wall.
Okay, I just wanted to see if I could kind of tell the shape of the wall, but
Yeah.
I don't think you get that from shooting an arrow. It just passed right through.
because I could do a what do you call it? Guiding bolt.
That's not an arrow, I don't think. Guiding bolt, I think, is a cleric spell, is it not?
It's a druid spell as well.
Oh.
In this instance, yes.
How far does guiding bolt go?
It goes pretty far, like
120 feet?
to 120 feet.
120
Yeah.
feet, yeah.
So
Um,
me and Justin are gonna start walking that way.
Yeah, you guys gonna walk towards the bonfire.
Yeah.
All right. Are you
I
throwing?
believe
Are you
I'll
throwing
follow
a?
suit with you guys.
Yeah.
But if you don't mind, real quick before I head off, Nolan, I just have a question so I understand something. That compass that you used in the previous Grey Rot,
Right.
was that exclusively tuned to that one, or would it tell you the center of this one as well?
Ideally, it should work for this one. However, this is not like any of the other ones I've ever encountered before.
So, what does the compass say?
Well, it won't properly try and pin down an epicenter until we are within the Grey Rot and are closing in on the epicenter.
As he
Do
pulls
you
out.
mind
Oh, sorry.
humoring me and just looking at it?
He'll take out the compass and see.
As you hold the compass out in a location that is just entirely magical, as you're not in the Grey Rot, the compass spins wildly. Nolan explains that the compass itself points at the closest connection to magic or freedom, or essentially where there are magical items or magic is in the air. In the Grey Rot, where there is no magic, it will point towards the wall until you get deep enough to where it'll then point to the epicenter.
Understood.
Otherwise, this is
Curiosity
the
all.
default state.
Then
You
Gregory,
had
you plan on staying here? For now?
Oh, sorry.
I plan on inspecting the bonfire with Astrid and Arya. I don't know if he's here.
Pick on me.
Yes.
Okay, so you three start heading towards the bonfire,
Yeah.
and Gregory, do you fire that guiding bolt?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
You throw the guiding bolt 120 feet upwards, up into the up towards the wall, trying to gather its shape, and it hits as though it were just a normal wall. It disappears exactly where it would be a normal wall, like just up and down. So there's two options available. Either it's upwards endlessly, or the dome is so large that you won't be able to judge its shape with 120 feet of height.
Oh gosh.
This is massive.
Is it just like straight up?
At this
Like,
point,
from-
yes. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh god, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a dome then. Well, it could be. I don't know. All right.
And I'll pan to the three heading to the bonfire. You three go over the small hill, reaching the bonfire. And in there, you can see a total of 4 people currently sitting next to a bonfire, and they're currently looking like they have wounds that are dressed, and they're sitting around just kind of staring at it. Immediately, you can see off in the distance that 2 of them are wearing Iron Hunter garb.
Are they anybody I recognize?
They're a bit far away. Roll a perception check from this distance. They haven't noticed you.
I'm gonna kill myself. Natural.
Natural 1.
The 4th
Like,
natural one I've rolled
Damn.
in this.
Wow.
The only thing you can really recognize is that they are in fact wearing hunter's garb.
Hey, RNA. You
Yeah.
want to scare them? You want to scare them?
No. If they are Iron Hunters, I don't find amusement in that kind of thing.
Well,
Okay.
fine.
Well, I guess we'll say hi. Right?
That would be best.
You wanted to have Arya do his poses? I mean, that's how we met you guys. And look where we are now, you know?
Well, I will admit I almost struck the 2 of you. Perhaps surely out of fear from the pose, but
Arya?
I don't feel like
Hey.
that's a good idea.
Okay.
I pull out my
Arya, next time. Next time, Arya. No doubt.
intricate
Next.
figurative dancing routine.
Arnie,
I'm a poster.
let's go ahead and leave and start walking towards the Iron Hunter.
As you're
I'm a man who doesn't know where to sit. Ooh. It's a
He's,
little windy outside. Ooh.
Astrid will try to very terribly beatbox.
as you're
Yes, Arya.
It's a little too
Hurry up.
sunny. Ooh.
If you don't have fun, the adventure's just not worth it.
Exactly.
It's Arya. Astrid. It's Arya.
I'm moving my
Tall
hand.
blue guy with 6 whole arms and Arya, handsomest man in the world, yeah.
As you guys are busting it down, Arya's like, I am the wind. I'm a ribbon. I am beauty. It's like Astrid, it's Arya and Astrid. you guys are like walking down.
I'm a man lifting something a little bit too heavy, but he thinks he can do it. Brr.
I'm a tall blue man, not seen for ages. Gotta look nice, or I'll get, or I'll have a. I messed up the flow, Arya. No.
They're gonna kill us. They're gonna kill us.
We're doomed.
You guys are going off. RNA has actually made some gain on you guys because you guys have stopped to get all this together. RNA,
Quickly, keep up the pace.
I'm strutting like a man who needs to go to the bathroom a little bit too hard.
He's doing the TT dance.
At this point, you've very much been noticed. And one of the people get up from the bonfire. The other 3 do not. And he starts fast walking his way to you with you, RNA. The other 2 are busting it down, but they're just a bit behind. As this guy starts stomping his way upwards, you do recognize this man. He's a younger man, and one of the apprentices that first to Lily. Though you may know his name, but his name was Flu Smalls. And as he's stepping his way upwards, you can see there's a grimace on his face. He makes his way up to you, and excuse me. He stomps his way upwards, and you can notice that one. Lord, help me out. Let me reboot on that one.
Go ahead.
The dancing just got me.
We could do it for a little bit longer.
He makes his way up there, and he yells at you. We hired you to protect us. You. And he makes his way forward. He smashes his left hand into your chest with a bat, like pushes it into you almost like. And he doesn't make your chest move very much at all, as you're massive compared to him. But in his hands, he lets go of a bag that you immediately, naturally, catch on your lower chest.
Yeah.
Sent a bunch of fucking animals to protect us. Fire beast, and he hits your chest again, and he burns his hand against your chest for a little bit. What's wrong with you?
Calm down. Tell me what happened. What's wrong?
He points to the bag again. You attacked us. Went mad.
What?
There were a bunch of monsters. And he turns, and you can see his right hand is completely missing. The other ones around the campfire have stood up. Arya and Astrid have kind of chilled their breakdance a little bit. And as you feel that bag in your hands, you get that stronger tinge in your soul, in your glass heart. You have a really strong aura from that tinge, that bag. Your leader turned on us. Killed one of us. Sent a bunch of fucking matches to fight off a hurricane.
Arne's face becomes very, very serious and very grim for a moment, and he says, Center would not needlessly turn on his allies. What happened? Tell me what happened here, please.
He wanted the anchor from Stilili 3 weeks into the adventure. We were stuck. The edge of the border. We wouldn't give it to him. So he took it. That resulted in so much of them. The rain came in. The waters rose. The water. And he looks down. And he looks back towards Stilili, who is still not moved, staring at the fire. You're close enough now. Arya and Astrid and Arne can see. They're missing their right arm and not in a pretty way either. They're missing a portion of their upper right shoulder and a little bit into their chest, and you can't see their face as they're staring at the fire, just sitting there. Their clothes are torn, tattered, old, covered in mud, all sorts of things. And there's only 2 hunters there, also not looking up from the fire, as they're all kind of crowded around it. This apprentice in front of you looks like his eyes are sunk, they're bloodshot. He looks like he's not mad or crazy, but just so stressed and so exhausted that he's just resulting in this stammering anger. Sent a bunch of fucking matches. As you look in the bag, you hold a bunch of glass.
What kind of glass?
If I recall, I think you can look into that harder with your blood hunterness.
Okay, gotcha. Then I will roll a history check.
All right, roll this with advantage.
Okay. A 25.
There, you look at the glass, and you reach down to touch one of them before, and as your finger touches it, there are flashes in your eyes, and you begin to feel the memories of someone else. You stand walking as a hurricane, almost a category 4, just swirling with never-ending like aggression, sits off in the distance, almost like a few miles off. Surrounded by you are the hunters, and Center, walking through these completely like drenched, completely like soaked waterways. Your feet burn as you step through the water that's starting to float over the lower parts of the plains. Center turns over. We gotta find higher ground. People are stammering together, moving along. You recognize that you are seeing the memories of a Cinderkin, Oni Lavander. You look over to your side at the other Cinderkin. Their flames, they almost look porcelain. Center himself, everything completely as well. Excuse me, everything's completely gray and lacks saturation. The flames on Center are very low as well, but they still burn. Everyone's shaking, cold, and people are looking for food in their bags as they're traveling. Before there's a slight bit, like Center's ears pin back. He quickly turns his face to his side, draws his weapon, and the water itself lunges forwards, coming out from the ground and attacks you. You break out of this memory, recognizing that something jumped from the water, if not the water itself, killed Oni Lavander.
Do I have any idea when this might have occurred?
Unfortunately, it's hard to determine, as you only recognize the the time itself is very finicky, because for them it was so many weeks ago. For you, it could have been so many hours ago, and it's very hard to determine.
Gotcha. Well, then I don't understand why Center would turn on anybody. Doesn't make sense. A water beast.
At this point, the people at the campfire stir. And Stilili steps upwards and with a very slow movement to herself, like she takes her time to get up there. The center of the rock was in a tornado. We couldn't risk the anchor breaking, but we couldn't progress any closer. We argued for weeks. People were starving, and he took it upon himself to deliver the anchor to the epicenter, even though I denied him time and time again.
Arne looks down at the bag in his hands. He says, "That makes a little more sense, but if what I just saw is true, then I'm worried even Center might not There's something else going on. I don't know what, but how long has it been since you've been out?
We got out in the middle of the night. I don't know how long it's been or how many days have passed here.
It has been one
Small-
day since the mission started.
Her that startles her more than all of them feel. All four of them get a shudder from hearing those words. All four of them get a chill that what they experienced happened in a day. That can't be right.
It's the truth. We managed to complete the mission at the other Grey Rot, and we had lost a few hours, I believe. About a day, maybe a day at most. But since the mission began, it has only been about 24 hours, give or take.
That's why you never came.
We started moving as soon as we realized that Center hadn't returned.
We thought you died to the other one. We assumed it was as bad as this. We never made it.
It wasn't.
We never even saw the center. The epicenter.
Well, got a job to do.
All of them freeze up. The hunters look at you like they both of them look at you with almost dead eyes. The two who are at the campfire. And you see one of them, like, you say that we have a job to do, and one of them does immediately, like, grab at their weapon that's already unsheathed and by their side.
Arne does not move, but he shakes his head at them and he says, "No, not we. I do. I won't make you go through something like that again. If you'll come with me, you'll travel with Little Red back to town. You'll stay there, rest, recover, get food, do whatever you can. I might send the other hunters with you. I, however, at least go in there. I've got to find Center, and I've got to find out what's happened."
Lily speaks up again. Elementals. Water elementals. And water weirds.
I look over to Astrid, and I called it.
I don't like water. I have a fear of drowning.
Arne closes his eyes and his skin noticeably grows a little bit more pale, and he says, "I saw it. I saw the memories of... I saw it. I know. It's not good."
There were so many of them. You can't see them when they're in the water. This at this point is Flu, the one who was angry. They just appear, it feels like. If you go in there, you're gonna die.
I know. But I can't leave Center in there.
He's dead already.
You...
He has to be. Lo sent a bunch of bonfires to fight off a hurricane.
Surely no one knew what was going on in there. We Our Iron Hunters, we are the best when it comes to this kind of thing. There's no way they could have known what was truly inside. And I believe that this might just be an unfortunate coincidence.
Or worse, if what Nolan has to say is true. But that's a topic for another time.
Come with us. We'll take you back to the rest of the party. Get you some food, water, whatever you need. We can get you sent back to town. Back to safety.
They gather themselves, albeit very slowly. And you all return to Nolan and Gregory still experimenting with wool.
No one's still staring at it and imagining how, if we could put a spell onto the wall, how could we get it off?
Nolan. Arnie comes from back over the way.
Does he
I've
see?
got good news and I've got terrible news.
Does he already like see Stilili and the rest of them in their condition?
Yeah, and Stilili stares to the ground, not looking at you at all.
No one's like expression changes from like astute studying to like almost horror. What happened?
The situation is much worse than we originally thought. This truly is nothing like the previous Grey Rot. The only good news from this is that some of the hunters are still alive and have escaped.
They got out.
They need to head back to town. They need to be treated well. He turns his head to Little Red and says, "With that, Red, I'm sorry that you will not be accompanying us inside. I need you to take them back to town."
How did they leave the Grey Rock?
Where's Center?
He's still inside. There's a chance that Center might have passed, but I believe he is far too strong for that.
No way. You can't send me home not with him in there. No, you can't do that. That's not how... This is different now. This is different now.
Red, listen to me carefully. I have never once in my life told others to simply retreat from something. It's not in me. It hurts me to do so. But there is a reason why I'm sending you home. You are strong, but what is in there will surely kill you and I.
If there's something in there that could kill you, or kill Center, then it could kill you. And if you die, what are we to do?
If I die, then that's why you won't be in there. You'll still be alive.
No.
You'll still be able to guide the remaining hunters.
No. Roll persuasion check with advantage.
Oh boy.
And 18.
18? Wait. She looks over to her bow. She looks at all the hunters. She looks to you, the person giving guidance. And has always given guidance, along with Center. You've got to come back.
I can make no promises. I can only promise to try. That being said, and RNA turns to the rest of the hunters and he raises his hand in the air. And he says, "Listen to me, all of you. I have made a choice. This will be nightmarish. This will be hell. And I cannot guarantee even myself will make it out of this. That being said, I'm not going to force any of you to enter here. If you do, I cannot guarantee that you will live. I'm not even guaranteeing a chance of it. If you still wish to join me, you may. If you wish to head home, you can return to town and await further instructions from Red. You will not be penalized. No one will be upset with you.
Jeremiah immediately
This is
turns
your
over,
chance.
and in the middle of you saying this is your chance, he's already walking off. Shrugs his shoulders and starts walking.
Bastard.
A few others slowly turn, just watching Jeremiah leave, and they also kind of nod, recognizing that this is beyond them. And one by one, they all kind of gather around what it would be the leaving party. All but one. When I joined the Hunters, I didn't join because I expected to have a long life. So, if I'm to die with the spider, I think that's a pretty good way to go.
Much respect.
Arne
We like it.
Not-
We like it.
nods his head at him, and he raises his hand, or his fist once again, towards the now leaving party, and he says, just remember, no matter what happens, we are still Iron Hunters. We always will be. For hearth and home, I hope the rest of you enjoy your afternoon.
Hearth and home.
Hearth and home. Hearth and home. Even Jeremiah.
Arya, do we
Hearth and home.
Arya, do we say where we're from?
I don't know. I'm thinking of how to tell Garrett Jr. that he's not coming in with me.
Okay.
Fair.
That's what I'm trying to think about.
The time has passed already. It'd be awkward if we just
sitting on him. He just heard everything you just said.
Garrett
Garrett Jr.
His head's in between, like right. His eye is in between you two behind you guys.
Garrett Jr. You've got to protect them. I trust them way. I trust you way more than I trust. Well, I don't know any of those other people, but I trust you.
Arya, I couldn't leave you to this dreadful thing. No. What are you saying?
Well, it's an anti-magic field. And
Oh,
I don't
magic.
know. You technically count, I think.
No.
I'm not sure.
You couldn't call me. You couldn't say that about me. No.
I know it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in.
You're
I
telling me
get
that
it.
I'm magic?
We might be magic. We. None of this is being spoken out loud.
It's all telekinetic.
I'm seeing the both
we-
have really sad faces. To
We're all.
Do we
we're
at
both-
least see the horse like go ballistic like a horse
Yeah,
normally
we're
would
both-
if it's like
we're both-
Yeah, it, like, moves its neck.
I say.
We're both acting it. We're both like, but all the words are telekinetic.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
telepathic.
Both of them shed a single tear. I will be here waiting for you to return.
Very well.
Burton. Where's my sweet Burton?
Burton's off eating in the grass, unaware of any danger or any threat, just minding its own business.
Look, I gotta go talk to Burton.
If you want Care Jr., you can go back with them, get some good food. When I get out of this, I'll dismiss this, and I'll resummon you back here.
I'll be waiting. You better return to me. I would be a lost heaven horse in the big city.
Find you some good carrots, okay?
Okay.
I get off my horse and solemnly stand next to RNA. I understand how you feel, RNA.
Arne gives him during this whole like little speech. Arne gives him like a confused side eye, still holding his hand in the air, and then immediately looks back forward. Yes. He has no idea what just happened. He didn't hear any of the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Arne turns to Louis and he says, I did already have respect for you, but I will say it has increased significantly. You're a good man.
And you, a good leader.
Thank you. And with that, Arno towards the gray rot, giving the signal that the rest of the party can leave.
They plan to leave. They wait for the finality of this event. They're gonna all watch.
Gotcha.
They're all gonna see you go. Astrid, you make your way over to the Oakson. Currently eating the grass with a mindless like 2 eyes, just staring forwards.
Hey, Bert. I know we don't have any telepathic abilities like Barry Jr. and Arya. But Bert, I can call you Bert, right? I'm sure that's fine.
Another piece
I
of
need you to stay
grass gets
strong.
ripped upwards.
Attaboy. Attaboy, Bert. I need you to stay strong, Bert. Hold the fort down, all right? If things get bad, just run. I wish you could understand me. Maybe I'm saying this just to calm my own nerves. Bert?
A tail
Thank you,
just
Bert.
flicks.
I like give him like the good rub like under his chin and stuff, and like the between the eyes and stuff, like the bridge down to the bridge of his nose, like how he likes it.
It appreciates that, and as it kind of leans into the scritches, you can hear what would almost the sound of like a tree. You ever hear a tree groan before it breaks in half, like falls over? It makes like that kind of groaning sound.
Yeah, like the crackling noise or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, like the crackling as it almost bends its head in a way.
Yeah. Oh, my sweet prince, Bert. Be careful. Don't eat all this grass while we're gone. I know you can. Okay, bye, Bert. Give him one last pet. One more chin scratch.
And
Okay. For Frostbolt's dear heart, home, whatever the fuck you guys say. Oh, God. Why am I getting nervous? I heard water and I just... Wheat
yeah.
fields and the potential of drowning. Oh,
No.
God.
Nolan and Gregory, you remember how there's an earth elemental in the other gray rot?
Right.
There's water elementals in here.
Oh, why did it have to, why
And
did
an
it have
active
to be
tornado.
water?
Oh, great.
And the center is
Right.
apparently in not center. The fire guy sent the center.
Center,
Of the gray
oh
rot
no, Center's not there. I was about to say, ignore me.
is in the middle of the storm apparently. So that's what we're going with.
And what about the state of the anchor?
Center
I
has it.
feel like
Fantastic.
I feel like I should mention a small detail to you as RNA walks up
Fireball.
and his look on his face is the look of a triumphant leader that is desperately trying to hold that look, even though it's very much not real. His skin is noticeably paler, and he says, "It might be quite obvious to some, but water is an absolute death sentence."
Very bad for Cinderkin, yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
And I just want you to know this going into this whole situation. Anyway,
Well,
That's
I wonder.
fair.
let's stay away from it then.
Yeah. Gregory, do you have any problems with water being,
A cat?
that?
just hear me
I'm
out.
actually good with. No, you didn't.
No, I heard a meow.
I
I heard a very soft
Yeah.
kitten meow.
That might have
From
been
who, but
That might have been a bandit.
yeah.
Besides the point, I know my way around water.
Okay, so 3 of us don't like water. Got it. And Nolan, do you have an issue with water?
Not particularly, however, I do have a strong issue with sentient water as well as massive storms.
That's fair. Okay, so water's off the table for fire guy who probably too heavy, if I had to guess, and me. My mascara will run. It's one of those things.
I feel like it's not on the same level personally as me quite literally being extinguished, but
It's not a competition.
alright. RNA quite literally has no other words for that. There's no response he can possibly feasibly have.
I wonder, perhaps, if I were to, you know how I arrived to you all in the form of that mist,
Mhm.
in the gaseous form, if the water would have such a dangerous effect on you while you are already mostly intangible. However, I would also be worried you'd be caught up in the wind and become part of it.
Well, there's also the gray rot thing as well.
Right, but if my theory indeed holds water, it may be
Water.
allowed once it is marked upon the wall. However, I would then have to test it, which is a valuable resource already. Then, assuming we even reach the epicenter, we do not have an anchor with which to shut it down.
Well, there is an anchor in there.
We don't know if it's even still intact.
So our options are we can.
And we don't have it immediately, and we're unsure if we were even able to find that said anchor ever again.
So our options are to wait for the next 7-month low trip to bring an extra anchor, or do what we got to do, lock in, try to find what we already have.
What are we locking, Arya?
I don't know. I heard Zatira say that once, and it sounded kind of cool.
Oh, Zatira. I miss Zatira.
Yeah, Zatira would know what to do.
Oh my god.
The Satira sounds red.
Oh, she was awesome, dude.
red.
She sounds very smart.
She
Wow,
was.
sounds brilliant.
She was
Great.
smart
It was
and
so
brilliant.
cool.
Great. and
I mean, she
beautiful.
kind of sucked
I mean,
at everything else, but she
she
sure
was-
was quick and was able
kind
to
of-
climb buildings with ease.
Yeah.
Wow, that's something that like even I can't do with all my superpowers. She sounds
She had
awesome.
this really cringe accent though, of just.
Oh yeah, from that, right? Oh yeah, I know. the one.
Okay, we can cut that out. We can cut that out. We can that was
No, we
cut
keep
that
it. We
out. Cut
keep it. We
it.
gotta
Cut it
keep
in post. Cut it in post.
All right, so we're ready, right? Or do we want to wait 7 months to get another anchor?
I'm not waiting another 7 months for shit.
All
I
right.
wonder
I'm gonna
how
die,
we're
it's
even,
gonna be
I'm
today.
wondering how we're even supposed to penetrate the storm.
Also, every second that we're out here,
It's longer in there.
it's
yes.
longer for Center to be more dead. So
But we shouldn't go
Really-
without some sort of plan. We're just running in and hoping for the best. We don't have a plan for when we encounter something, or how or what we expect
Should
what we're going to do to stop this.
should we just like use all our
Correct.
cantrips on the wall and
Well, that's
What's
just
a cantrip?
that's just the cantrips. We'd have to then spend the resources of our own spells into the wall and have it be absorbed. And then I'm still just hypothesizing that it's going to allow such spells within.
yeah, we don't actually know. We don't have any usable information besides every second we talk.
We're losing
More time goes
We
by.
have the pittons, which I'm not sure how well these will be like within this gray rot. If it seems far more powerful.
I think we have to go. I think we have to do something. The more time we
Really
take.
underprepared and underprepped, and we do not have the time to prepare further. A terrible, terrible situation.
Yep.
But I
just
do something.
no way at all to remove spells from this wall?
I haven't checked yet.
We should
I
probably
haven't
check that.
Right, and there's another thing I want to do is like I want to give a copy of the notes that I've taken down about this gray rot, and I'm going to give it to one of the apprentice wizards, so that when they take with it, that they could send that off to Low, to let them know like, oh, these are indeed designed and intentioned, and these like all this other data about them that
Yeah,
how they can be.
they
Yeah,
accept that. And Stilili, actually, when you're handing that over, you hand it first to Stilili. She looks down at it, looks over to Flu, gives it to Flu, looks at you and goes, I won't be returning to Low.
You won't be returning.
I think I'm done with wizard school.
He would like to incite, like, if it's from emotional or if, like, because of her physical injuries.
Yeah.
Like, she physically cannot do it.
Roll an insight check.
Fuck. Natural 1. That's a 7.
It's hard to determine anything, really. All you can get is that you see tears running down her face. Or at least you see the stains of tears that ran down her face. You can see the wounds are festered and even infected to a degree. It could be both.
He will put both hands like on her shoulders and say, I can't begin to truly understand what you have gone through. However, do not let this shake you.
That's nice.
You have much greater opportunities.
She doesn't
This
say.
will not be the end of what you do.
She just kind of hears you, but doesn't have any real response to it. Just hears you. She at no
I wish you
point
greater
made
fortune.
eye contact with you throughout the entire event. Here.
Good luck, Shillelagh. And he will part ways from them. He's gonna try and have another look at this friggin' invisible wall to see if a spell can be put in. Could it be taken out?
Roll an Arcana check, and while you're also doing that,
Oh, can I give him some guidance?
yeah, you can absolutely cast guidance. This would be a flat Arcana check, no advantage.
Okay, that's 17, and then friggin' gotta add a friggin' D4. Roll that on top. Is looking like it's gonna be an additional 4, so 21, right?
21.
Yep.
The complexities of this spell are so great and so convoluted as it is so there's so much happening. You know that maybe, and this is a very big stretch, maybe a Dispel Magic might get rid of a spell, but it also has the ability of causing a collapse in the actual spell depending on what you try to reach for, resulting in what could be even more catastrophically bad if you get the... Let's say you went to get rid of the control weather, and let's say that's the first level. All the other levels may collapse in on itself and cause a wild magic surge to the size of the Grey Rock.
And then that's also assuming that the wall won't just absorb it and put it up on the wall too.
You can only, because of the nature of Dispel Magic, you can gather that perhaps that, because Dispel Magic in this world is more about messing with the code, that perhaps it's more about having the skill to get rid of something. You know that it's more the biggest thing about Dispel Magic in this world is the danger of a wild magic surge, if you recall from one of our one-shots. So the biggest thing is this is a wild magic surge of such a level that it would be more criminal than doing a teleportation circle in terms of like what could happen with a wild magic surge with this size.
Yeah, he does. Nolan doesn't have the knowledge or skills with which to safely diffuse specifically what he wants to diffuse without causing a greater mishap, a greater crash of the system.
All right. I think that's it.
Did you guys
So
cast
one thing
any
left.
further spells into the wall?
I cast.
I'm
gonna cast.
Are you you casted a guiding bolt in there, right?
He hit it with one,
I failed to mention just because of everything going on that the guiding bolt is seen on the script.
Mm-hmm.
Though that is in a language that you may not know how to read. That is in Celestial.
I'm going to do ship water on the wall.
Shape water appears on the wall.
I'm never gonna play poker with you, Grayson. Not Grayson, not Sylv.
Wait, what?
Nothing. I'm gonna tell you after this.
Oh, I wasn't looking. No. I missed it.
What do you do? Now, Shape Water is a spell that you have control over. What do you do with your Shape Water? You can freeze it. You can change the color or opacity. You can make simple shapes or animate in your in directions, or you can change the flow of water up to 5 feet. Though, as soon as this hits this gets upcasted highly.
So I can move the flow, you say?
If you essentially send in a text that's like, if you want it to go one way, if you want it to go another way, whatever, or you can change the color, or you can freeze it, or you can do all sorts of things.
Oh God, I'm horrible with options.
We're inputting. Understand that we are potentially inputting conditions
Right.
what we may encounter into the gray rock.
Well, I don't want to freeze it, do I?
I don't know.
Frostnado.
Maybe it'll turn into hail. Maybe all the water
Frostnado
weirds will be frozen solid. Maybe you'll just be allowed to cast it in there.
Oh,
There's a lot of questions.
Yep.
yeah. Do we have
A lot of
enough time?
Enough time? No. When you cast Shape Water, when you cast it, like you're like, I cast Shape Water. I do this. Like that's how casting Shape Water works. You're like, I cast Shape Water. I do this thing to the water.
So it's likely, for at least from what I'm understanding of it, it may understand that you are trying to cast Shape Water once you are in there and may allow it.
Right. But it needs to know what you are putting in, so that way you can do it. If that is how that works, if that is the way it works.
He's asking you, Matthew, a question.
Oh, okay. I guess changing the flow, yeah.
Okay, you change the flow of water. All right, that works.
Okay. Can I do multiple?
Yeah, you can fire. It's a cantrip. Fire another one, and tell me what you do.
All right, I freeze water.
Okay. What else do you do?
James.
What else do you do?
What was that, Cameron?
Nothing. I said I see what you mean, James.
What else do you do, Gregory?
Oh God, I feel so bad.
Why? What's up?
I feel like fucked up.
He did that one, Nolan.
No, you did great.
Yeah.
I'm doing great.
Do you do anything else?
You are.
I'm just gonna, wait, is this set in stone? Is this done? Like, is this all happening at once?
It's
I don't
canon.
know how to remove it.
Do you have?
it's canon.
Do you have it? Well, actually, Nolan, did you share your knowledge about dispel magic?
Is this doing?
I will,
am I
yes,
doing this
yeah,
one
yeah,
at
we
a
did sure
time?
had to
Like,
move it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, Gregory. Did you say yes, Nolan?
Yeah, I relay that information about my
So
attempts
Gregory,
to-
you know that if you dispelled magic, if you have dispelled magic, there is a chance it might get rid of something. But other than that, yes, set and stop.
oh God.
It also has a chance to fucking detonate this whole thing.
Yes.
Wait,
Not in a good way.
Does
Not
this affect the what do you call it, the weather in there?
We
at
don't
all?
know.
Like-
We have no idea.
We don't know.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, we don't know.
I think I was so confused with the.
Yeah, that's what we're saying with it may add additional conditions where maybe you froze the water weirds within by saying you can freeze with Shape Water. Maybe now it's
Yeah.
raining hail.
Or
we don't
you can
know.
now cast inside, or it does nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you want to put any
Maybe
more in
the
there,
spell
let me
will
know.
work as a-
Yeah, I'm gonna make the water change. Nah, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, make the water red. Make it spooky in there. Just make it.
Please, it's already spooky enough for me.
Yeah. It'd be obvious to see out of the water. Yeah, I'll make it red.
Yeah, make it red. Make it red. Yeah.
Yeah, so we could clearly see that it's water. And,
Dude,
and
if
then
this is just.
Oh,
I'm just
you're
gonna
the one
say,
that painted this
look,
picture.
listen,
Everyone else is talking and saying their goodbyes.
hold
Wait, hold on. Everyone's talking,
Gregory's
saying
just
their
fucking
goodbyes.
with the wall.
Gregory's like
What?
sitting on sitting like crouched, like his legs are his knees are out either way as he's kind of doing that little sit on his heels as he's just sticking his finger going, cast water, cast water. Cast water, just one after another. And as Nolan, as you're turned around, when you turn back around, all the changes are going to be there when you turn around. But Gregory, I want you to finish. What else do you do?
Yes. So I animate. I do cast water, but I can animate it.
Nolan
Then
walks up to him,
And then I'm done,
looks
and
at
then I'm
everything
done.
that looks at everything that he's doing, and asks Gregory, "What do you expect to happen when you do that?"
Actually, Nolan, I want you to make a as you turn around, I want you to make an insight check real quick because you as you turn around, you look back at a board, essentially a chalkboard. Now all the algorithms changed, all the math's done differently.
That's a 10.
10?
Insight.
Gregory,
10 insight.
are you hiding that you're doing this at all?
No.
Okay, so with that, you catch over to your side. You catch Gregory send another one in. At the time he sent the last one in.
That's when he asks, "What do you expect to happen as you're doing this? What do you think is happening when you're doing that?"
Well, you see, Mr. Nolan,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like water.
Right.
And so if I can control it in there, I won't get wet.
I thought you said you were the one that was all right with water. That you knew your way around water.
Nolan pinches his
I knew how to move the water around me.
and says, "We're not even sure that that's exactly how that works. I'm operating off of entirely of a hypothesis. We won't truly know until we go in and experience and see what these spells are truly affecting while they're on the wall."
Only one way to find out, huh?
Rose, I gotta take you to Vegas.
But
All right, team.
can I use mold earth?
Yes,
All
you
right,
may. Yes, you may. Would you like to use motor?
Yeah, as I'm explaining what
Nolan,
I'm doing.
do you do anything?
I ask him, why
And a motor earth goes in.
do you think this?
Why?
Why do you think this?
What did you do with your motor earth?
Yeah, I made shapes and
Understand
patterns.
that these are taking effect at a greater level than we are currently capable of casting. So
So that
once we
means
go in there,
I'll be
it
able to
is-
do 10-foot cubes of mold earth.
What was your
I'm
choice with motor earth?
I made difficult terrain.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid that our spells are in fact taking effect in there. We just aren't seeing the full effect of it yet. And we may very well be making the situation more difficult to us by inputting more and more variables into it. Now that we are
I'll do
planting
guidance.
more and more.
I just want to say this out loud. If on the chance that Center is alive and in there, he is sitting in a
Seeing,
corner
like,
somewhere going,
A
as the
tidal
water turns
wave
red,
flows one way,
the
it turns
ground
red, it
turns
turns
into
to
a
ice.
sink, like just a fucking sinkhole.
Fucking
Tidal
earthquake.
wave. It's hail. The whole tornado
The
is
floor beneath
frozen.
him, the floor beneath him turns to gravel.
I'm gonna cast on the wall.
You cast guidance. You cast guidance. Unfortunately, guidance is a target of one willing creature, and you do not see a creature on the other side of the wall.
Oh, okay, I can't do guidance.
No one's gonna lay a hand on his shoulder and say, "I think we've done enough experimentation. Now let's go see the results of our
But
experimentation.
what if
And let's not add any
there's
more
just
variables to it."
flying berries
We have to.
That's
are
a
delicious
terrible idea.
and but
We are once
or,
again
like
the
Or
urgency of the
that-
situation we are now wasting further time. And as you said before, there's only one way to find out how this is really affecting it. So let's stop implanting even more, and let's go in and
Please.
confirm our suspicions.
My adoptive father is dying.
Yeah, let's
Can we
all
go
jump
inside?
in. Let's all jump in at once, by the way. When Astrid jumped in
Indeed.
once, he was like an hour ahead of me, and this one's stronger, so
Right. And this
please.
one day turned into 3 weeks in there.
Yeah. I'm grabbing Astrid and starting to walk that way.
Okay.
I'm not jumping until everyone else is jumping, because again,
Oh.
Everyone's getting
days at
themselves
one part.
ready. Everyone's getting up to the wall. And is there what would you
We're
guys
all
what,
lined up.
all lined up? Would anybody like to do any? And Meredith's standing next to you.
Can I cure wounds on the wall? Does that work?
Please, no more.
No one actually no one actually intervenes,
Please,
or
no
no?
more. I put his hand down.
Okay,
I put his hand down.
You see the cat paw appear again with another spell ready before you close his
I don't
finger
care.
in.
I do not care if it is supposed to be a boon. I don't know what it's actually going to fucking do to this thing. No more experimentation.
It could be nothing but good.
Confirm or dead. Let's not assume that, please, and let's just go inside. If we need to cast something beneficial on the inside, we have these pittons for a reason. Please.
If I use a piton and then cast it on the inside version of the wall, does that work?
We'll find out once we're inside.
Can I grab this guy by the scruff and tell him to come on?
Yeah, you know, he's on the wall. He's next to the wall, next to you
Okay.
guys.
He's right beside
Everyone's
us.
Sweet
at the
Jesus.
wall.
He could just Spartan kick somebody in the wall. It's just-
we're not doing that because again, they could be
Mer-
days.
Meredith
ago.
walks up,
On go.
looks up at the wall, looks at you all, and say, "Last chance. Am I coming with you or am I not?"
I don't care either way. I've given up on making you stop.
yeah, come help us.
And then a little bit of a smile appears on his face, and he goes, "Then I'm coming."
No,
You said yes. You literally, you said yes. And it says to Gregory.
I didn't think he was gonna smile about it. I didn't think he'd be happy about it.
course
Gregory
he would be.
MVP.
Of course he would be.
So,
Just come
alright.
on in.
You have to jump with us though.
Yep, all at once.
All at
all
once.
at once.
On go.
On go.
On go.
Alright.
1, 2, 3, go.
I'm
We
jumping.
Brom!
we hop